Welcome to Smart Remarks, where you got three inevitabilities in life: death, taxes, and outrage! So there's two kinds of people in the world. Those who get a paycheck and look at the net pay and think, yeah, whatever. And those who get a paycheck and look at every line item, every deduction, and get outraged about the taxes they have to pay. Now, I'm obviously amongst the former. Death and taxes are inevitable. What, are we going to rail against the Grim Reaper too? And to the extent my tax dollars are going to pay for, the highway system, or so the kid down the street might get a decent lunch at school, I got no problem with that. But of course, we've got a whole political movement now made up with people who sit around and stew about the taxes that they pay and get all outraged that they're going to the undeserving. And then they wear tea bags on their hats and they march with signs that say, "Tax enough already!" But are they? Really? USA Today last week came out with a big story that said that last year Americans paid their lowest level of taxes since Harry Truman's presidency. Quote, "Federal, state, and local taxes, including income, property sales, and other taxes, consumed 9.2% of all personal income in 2009, the lowest rate since 1950, the Bureau of Economic Analysis reports. That rate is far below the historic average of 12% for the last half century." Now, individual tax rates can vary, but the USA Today also reported that the tax rate paid by all Americans, rich and poor combined, has fallen 26% since the recession began in 2007. This contradicts directly a lot of the stuff you're going to hear at the tea parties. But, your average tea partier will say, well, yeah, but it's also about health care reform. It's about how we've added to the deficit and the degree to which that might require higher taxes in the future. That's a legitimate complaint. But even if taxes have to go up in the future, they are unlikely to rise as high as what was once considered normal, even by American standards. Quick, when was America's golden age? A lot of people would say the 1950s, Bobby Sox, Elvis, and all that. But do you realize that during the 1950s, the top earners paid a top marginal income tax rate of up to 92%? Even low and middle income wage earners paid a significantly higher rate than they do now. Things have obviously changed since then. And the Tax Policy Center notes that on the whole, the United States pays less in taxes than other wealthy nations. Does this mean that I love taxes? I want to pay more taxes? I can't wait to pay my taxes? No, that's not what it means at all. But it does mean we need a little perspective here. Oliver Wendell Holmes once said that he liked paying taxes because with them he bought civilization. FDR once said that taxes are the dues we pay for the privileges of membership in an organized society. You want to cut, and cut some more? Fine. Just don't think you're going to keep your civil society in the process.
Laddie, I've got some better dates. Important ones, too. When every American should pay his or her income tax gladly and proudly. This year, thanks to Hitler and Hirohito, taxes are higher than ever before. Will you have enough money on hand to meet your payments when they fall due?
We'll take care of that later.